Stepney, the Bluebell engine, loved visiting the Fat Controller's railway whenever he could. The other engines were always pleased to see him, and Stepney made more new friends every time. Stepney was also pleased to see Thomas and Duck half the time, as he had met them on his first visit and had become firm friends with them. Stepney loved his latest visit, as he was taking enthusiasts around the island. He loved this very much, and the good long run helped him a lot, as the Bluebell Railway was only a short line, and Stepney was pleased that the island of Sodor had more to offer him. One chilly evening, Stepney was shunting with Duck in the yards. It was his last day of his visit, and he was due to head back to the Bluebell Railway that evening. They were just finishing off shunting when Thomas arrived with his evening train. Oh dear, he tutted. There seems to be fog on the way. What do you mean by that? Asked Duck. Well, said Thomas, the fog brings the ghost of Boulder Woods about. Ghost of Boulder Woods? Stepney asked. Who's that? He was an engine that worked here a long time ago, replied Thomas. Unfortunately, he disappeared in the fog when he was passing through Boulder Woods. According to legend, if you see this engine roaming around and look directly into his headlamp, that shine brighter than anyone's lamp, you disappear in the fog with him. Duck was horrified, but Stepney held his ground. What a load of chuff, he exclaimed. There's no such thing as ghosts. And with that, Stepney bustled back to the Bluebell Railway. He'll be in trouble soon, Thomas whispered to Duck, who still felt rather worried. Before long, Stepney was out on the open line. He was still rather annoyed with Thomas. I can't believe he'd stoop that low to tell a silly ghost story, he huffed. As Stepney puffed along, he didn't notice that the fog had started to gather. Stepney's driver became worried. Easy, boy, he said. We don't want to get lost. Yeah, like that silly ghost in Thomas's story, snorted Stepney. But soon, Stepney found himself at the entrance of Boulder Woods as he ventured carefully through. Where are you, ghost? He said in a mocking tone. Thomas has spoke highly of you. But there was no reply. Soon, Stepney was heading for trouble. The more Stepney ventured into Boulder Woods, the more arrogant he became. He tried calling out for the ghost, but to no avail. Suddenly, we gotta get help, he panicked. We'll take care of that, said Stepney's driver. We'll go and get help. Please hurry, pleaded Stepney. Stepney's crew walked away, leaving the Bluebell engine on his own. Time ticked on, and Stepney thought he was losing his mind. Suddenly, Stepney saw something up ahead. It looked like a bright yellow light that was hovering towards him. Stepney was horrified. Go away, he shouted. You ain't taking me to my grave, not yet. The strange glow came closer and closer. Stepney tried to hold his ground. You take me with you and there'll be trouble, he threatened. But still the glowing object came closer and closer. Be gone, ghost, shouted Stepney. Ghost? Said a voice. What ghost? Ah, Toby, smiled Stepney. Thank goodness it's you. Toby beamed. Toby led Stepney out of Boulder Woods to see him off for the rest of his journey. Oh, I can't thank you enough, Toby, smiled Stepney. You were a lifesaver tonight. The pleasure was all mine, replied Toby. But why did you think I was a ghost? Stepney explained about Thomas. Oh, that engine's imagination's as big as his branch line, Toby chuckled. Don't worry about it, Stepney. There's no ghost of Boulder Woods. Ah, that's a relief then, smiled Stepney. Stepney pumped his pistons and headed for home. Thank you, Toby, he called as he puffed away. Toby smiled until Stepney was out of sight. He was sure that he would give Thomas his ghost of Boulder Woods when he returned to the yards of Farquhar.